Bruzon, only 23 years of age, has a significant height and really a big reach advantage over Nerio, who we know that he's campaigned, I think, as a light heavyweight before.
Nerio.
Jesus Nerio started his pro boxing career at 10-0. Has then struggled facing higher-level opponents, and he has a high-level opponent tonight. Nerio prides himself on being a very technical fighter. He said in this bout, Bruzon has power, but his power comes from range. Constant forward pressure is my key to victory. I have to smother his punches, get in super middleweight.
Which is like our main event tonight with Barajas.
Welcome his opponent, Geovany Bruzon.
Yesterday, and very confident, and had a tremendous amateur career.
Ladies and gentlemen, Roy Jones Jr. Boxing presents to you your co-main event of the evening. Scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. Presented to you by the law offices of Daniel Martinez. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears blue and white. His official weight, 211.2 pounds. His professional record stands at 14 victories, opposite 8 defeats, with 1 draw, 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, here is Jesus Dandy Nerio. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears red, black, and white. His official weight, an even 220 pounds. His professional record stands undefeated at 2-0 with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Holguin, Cuba, here is Geovany, La Bestia Bruzon. And our referee in charge of the action, Hamid Fonki.
Geovany Bruzon had the quote of the week with all of our fighters. He said, I have legitimate heavyweight power with the hand speed of a flyweight.
Yeah. That was an interesting one. Well, just they're heavyweights, so don't blink.
Round number 1. Black and red trunks for Bruzon, blue and white trunks for Nerio. Tonight's fight clock is presented by Marina Terra Hotel and Spa here in San Carlos, Mexico.
Bruzon off the southpaw style, 180-10 as an amateur in Cuba. Now living in Mexico City.
This range is exactly where Bruzon wants to be. Again, Nerio said, this is where Bruzon has his power. I have to get to the inside, right to the body. See the head movement, the level changes from Jesus Nerio. Trying to get to the inside, throws the right hand. Clipping left hand, Nerio complaining. The referee, Hamid Fonki, punch to the back of the head. No reaction from Fonki. We fight on. And fighting on is Geovany Bruzon. Big shots now to the inside.
Yeah, the body of Nerio very soft, as you can see. If I were Bruzon, I would forget about the headshots, and I'd go right downstairs to that flabby midsection, like he did right there.
Bruzon from the southpaw stance back to the inside. Slight delay from Fonki. Telling both fighters to restart, center of the ring. Relatively patient start from Bruzon. Left to the body, counter right hand back. Nerio somewhat fearlessly stepping to the inside.
14-8-1 with 6 KOs, a 31-year-old.
The great Teddy Atlas once told me, everyone says they want to be an inside fighter, but you really have to want to be an inside fighter.
Bruzon a little
Left
wide
hand.
on his stance. Needs to work on his symmetry a little bit. Again, only 2-0 as a professional.
There's the body work on the inside from Nerio. He's fighting fearlessly. 50 seconds remaining, round number 1. Nerio had a very clear-eyed assessment of his opponent, of his strategy. Stuff the power of Bruzon, work to the inside smartly, and then attack the body.
Yeah, you don't have to be necessarily pretty to be effective, but he needs to get off of those ropes against a much bigger, more powerful Bruzon.
Push off from Bruzon. Jab to the body. You can see Bruzon loading up that left hand. Big left to the body. That definitely hurt Nerio. Nerio trying to fire back with his back against the corner cushion. Another left to the body. Left hook now from Bruzon.
He's got to get off of those ropes or he's not going to last long.
The bell, the end of round number 1.
Bruzon did his most of his damage that you see on the face of Nerio there late in the first round.
RJJ Boxing on UFC Fight Pass. Up next, it's our main event for the currently vacant WBC Latino Super Middleweight title. The undefeated Juan Barajas versus Gabriel Lopez.
Action in round 1. Bruzon started out fast, off the southpaw style, straight left. Good defense by Nerio, content just to survive the onslaught. Nerio had a few moments where he landed a couple of decent shots, nothing that did any harm to Bruzon. Bruzon really started to let his hands go and inflict some punishment on Nerio late in the round. We'll see how Nerio starts this second round.
Third pro bout for Bruzon. This is his first ever round number 2. Again, entering 2-0. Both wins by first round knockout.
I think Bruzon should get busy with that right jab. Don't just paw with it, actually throw it at times to set up his straight left in any power shots. He's using it as a range finder, but sometimes just, push it out there, really push it out there. And he's a much bigger man, has an 80-inch reach, about 7-inch reach advantage.
5-inch height advantage for Bruzon,
Yeah.
6'4" to Nerio's 5'11".
All the advantages.
Left to the body.
I like that, where he placed that shot. That's what I would go for, and eventually Nerio's head will come down if the body punches don't bring him down. Good combination.
There's that fast hand speed, but the counter right hand from Nerio. Bruzon back to the body with that right hand. Quick break from Hamid Fonki, keeping this heavyweight fight moving. Nerio walking forward, meeting Bruzon, center of the ring. Bruzon with the left hand. Another left hand on the overhand.
Like to see Bruzon also use the right hook off of the southpaw style. I see some openings there on the body on the left side. They could use that right hook.
Bruzon not necessarily dismissive of the skill set of Nerio coming to this fight. He said, I respect his experience. He just didn't feel that Nerio had anything for him. Now 70 seconds remaining, round number 2. Bruzon perhaps surprised that he's still in this fight.
Nerio taking some really
bigger
serious
shots now. That's a huge left hand, and that is it. Game, set, match. Geovany Bruzon.
Yeah, you could see it coming. Nerio gave it all for round and a half, and just when Bruzon started to really let those heavy shots go, it was just too much for a guy, again, who clearly isn't big enough to be in here with this. He might weigh the same weight, but it doesn't matter. Not big enough.
Nerio from those thudding body shots, especially the left hooks to the body from Bruzon in that final sequence, putting himself in a very awkward position. Did not want to go down, but left his head exposed, took that huge shot to the head. which was the final punch, is referee Hamid Fonki then ruled the end of this fight by TKO.
I said, earlier that you keep throwing those hard body shots to that soft midsection, and you'll see it here. Eventually the head will come down there's that. Was that the right hook that I called for? And then another one.
This is the position.
Yeah.
And then the left hand, and that is it.
That's what happens. You bring that body. There's that hook that I called for. Another one off the southpaw, and bam. He lands in the left hook.
If Nerio takes a knee right here, he at least continues this fight.
It's just easier said than done. It's so difficult in the heat of the moment to think to do that.
Without question. And perhaps that would only prolong the inevitable.
Correct.
But Nerio eating those huge body shots.
Once the big guy from Cuba got going, I like what I saw, and especially like those sequence of right hooks. Maybe he heard me. My mouth is big enough with no fans here, so I called for it and I got it, and then he got it, the victory.
Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Hamid Fonki, steps in and calls a stop to the fight at 57 seconds into round number 2 for your winner by TKO, Geovany La Bestia Bruzon.
Buzz entering the ring, Buzz exiting the ring for the